Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Adobe Live. My name is Howard Pinsky, Senior XD Evangelist here at Adobe, joined by the one and only Jessica Moon. How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Yay!
Another day, another fun designing challenge and experience. I don't know what we did yesterday. I don't remember any of it, but it'll be fun. We're gonna have a fun time today. But before we dive into things, a big good morning to everyone joining us live on Behance. If you are tuning in live, let us know in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from as well. But a big good morning to Tim, one of our awesome moderators.
Yep,
Words are hard.
It's 9:30 here.
Yeah, moderators, Pokehan, Michael, and Bohem. I'm terrible with names, but I apologize. Bodhi probably.
Maybe.
Yeah. Andy, Agnes, and Kita, and everyone else who's joining us. So before we dive in, tell all these awesome people a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so if you didn't tune in yesterday, I am one of the managers on our design team for XD. And so just joined the team about a month ago and have been amazed at how awesome it is.
Oh, they're so awesome.
It is so awesome. Yeah, it's definitely a dream job. It's awesome. The team is amazing. You know, we are so excited about a lot of the stuff that we had go live yesterday. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears there, and yeah, so it's been pretty fun.
Sweet. Yeah, the team is, and I don't think a lot of people realize how big the team is.
Yes.
There's a lot of people. When it was started, you know, I wasn't here, but there was, like 12 people? It's a very small team.
It's
30
huge.
people, something like that.
I don't even know how many people are in the team.
And now there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people.
Yep,
it's crazy.
they're everywhere too.
And there's so many teams within the team. Like you're on the design
Yes.
system team, right?
Yes, so,
but there's also a prototyping team, and there's a team that focuses on design features.
Yep.
And there's, I don't know.
Yeah, so the side that I'm on is really focused on a lot of the stuff you're seeing today. So design systems, you know, future states, a lot of that kind of good stuff that's to come.
Yep.
And then, yeah, we have a core group of people who really focus on just like the craft of everything you see in the main tool, you know, from text fidelity and kind of being able to create that to the polygon shape that's live today and that kind of stuff. So it's been pretty great.
Yeah, yesterday's update, if you missed the big news, we released a massive update yesterday. It was the May update, as Andrew Shorten was sneaking for the past month or so. Just to kind of very quickly go through some of that stuff. Design systems, which we've been talking about a lot, allows you to share your whole assets library, colors, character styles, and components. Components is shipped. It's the new symbols. So previously, symbols you couldn't override. I mean, you could override text and images, but that's about it, and you couldn't resize. Now you can resize components. You can override just about every property and keep everything linked back to its master. The polygon tool, super fun with live corners.
Yes.
So you can make those corners nice and rounded. Guides. What else did we ship? Keyboard and gamepad triggers, that was fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, I showed off some cool examples yesterday using an Xbox One controller and DualShock 4 controller.
Yep.
Super fun.
Linked assets.
Yep, linked assets.
Yep, which is exactly what we'll be doing today, is showing off the power of linked assets with design systems.
Yep. And I think we're really starting to understand how powerful that really is.
Yeah.
'Cause as I'm sitting here on my computer, just making changes to components or making changes. Look at that lovely cat up there. So cute and so happy, so full of life.
It's like in the mornings.
But as I'm making changes to this, you know, right now it's a fairly basic design system. There's nothing too exciting going on. And this, I want to change this because this is ugly. Even though it doesn't impact the actual colors or system, you know, that you're getting, I want it to look prettier.
I mean, I think it's okay.
It's okay. Hey, Melissa, awesome. She was also one of our guests on Adobe Live.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Hello, Melissa.
Yeah, so, you know, as I'm making these changes, let's say I want this to be a little bit more red or a little bit more pink, whatever it might be, or the character styles are a little bit different, or even these components, you're getting all these changes on your computer and all the documents that you might be implementing it on.
Yes, and look at those guides.
I know, look
Those
at
artboard
this.
guides. Woo. There they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, just to kind of point one thing out, we did see a few people, guides are great and they work really cool, but we did see a few people asking, like if you're zoomed right in here, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe you're zoomed super far in here and you want to add a guide. Mm-hmm. It's right now, it's not very, you have to zoom out, you have to go over here, grab the guide, and it's not a huge deal.
Right.
However, the team is looking into some options, and I heard a few of those options this morning. I'm not gonna say anything yet, but there's a few options coming in the not too distant future that will help you if you are like zoomed right in here.
Yes, yes.
So, the team is always listening to feedback, the good, the bad, the ugly, and they're taking that feedback back to the team, and they're working very quickly. It's amazing how quickly they responded to some of that stuff, and they're already on like improvements to some of these things.
Yes, so if you have any feedback, please feel free to go into user voice. We are always looking at that, always, constantly.
Yep.
So I would love to hear your feedback on things that we should think about, things that we can do to improve the product, crazy use cases, evil cat eyes, you name it.
Yeah.
Wow. Kind of looks demonic when you zoom in that much.
It does. And we're using this, if you missed yesterday's stream, I'm using this cat as just a placeholder.
Yeah.
Just so, when Jessica starts implementing these cards that are components on her document, she'll look at the cat and say, no, it has to be replaced, right?
I feel like this cat's getting a lot of abuse from us. But yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, so on that note, I think we had mentioned that we had a poll yesterday going out for that name.
We did, yes. So I will go ahead and pop do I have it here? I do have it here. I don't want to show the results, but I do have, hop over to Jessica's screen and go over kind of what you were working on yesterday.
Yeah, so, for those of you guys who are tuning in just today, I, being a new San Franciscan, or whatever you call people who live here, have a problem with my dog, which is that he is lonely. I don't know where to take him. I'd love for a way to easily find pet-friendly parks, pet-friendly places to eat, pet-friendly places to stay if I'm, at a hotel or somewhere that's not necessarily in the city. And so we had discussed this idea of having an app that would allow you to instantly, based off of where you're located, find the place to just be with your loved pet. Dogs, cats, whatever. Actually, I've seen a lot of people leash their cats, so I guess that works too.
That's weird.
So I have a Bengal, and people really leash Bengals a lot.
Oh,
because
okay.
Bengals are kind of leash friendly, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how people would feel about seeing a cat walk down the street, but
it's strange.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So the concept here, and we had spent a little bit of time figuring out what that flow would be before we started the show yesterday. Is you come to this site, you come to this home screen where you can find the type of place that you'd like to take your dog or cat or bird, or I guess it could be any pet now that I think about it. You figure out where you're located, and then from there, we surface over in this area a search result page that has, suggestions for parks. And Howard's working on a lot of the components that will be surfaced when you click on one of these results, but ultimately we'll show things like, is it on leash or off leash? What are the hours that you can visit the place? All that kind of stuff. And if you look at my lovely artboard, you'll see that it's fugly. And that's because of the fact that we really want to showcase the power design systems today. Which is that, Howard made this system in a different XD file. I linked it over in the assets panel. Basically all you need to do there is you just accept the invitation from the person who made the original XD file on that design system. And then when I had access to his file, I went to the assets panel, linked it, and everything you see right here with the little link icon is basically pointing to, see right there it says up-to-date pet systems. It's pointing to his XD file.
Yep. Which is awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you're making all of this stuff look really ugly. Not just because, not just for us to show what design systems are capable of, but when going through, and I think I was talking about this with Chris Cannon a while ago, when you're going through and you're just kind of mocking things up and wiring things up and just kind of planning out the flow and where things are going to go. You really, especially if you're working with a client, you really don't want to make it look super pretty, because when you hand it off to them, they're going to focus on the little tiny things that are part of the design, and they're not going to focus.
Papyrus?
Yeah, exactly. I would pick papyrus actually for my I don't know. But you don't want to make it look super pretty, because you want to focus on just the flow, the UI, the UX, not the prettiness just yet.
And you go fast. I mean, there are different kind of modes you're thinking of when you're trying to think through the paths and the logic of a flow that you're creating on here versus really trying to put that beautiful craft onto the colors and the shapes and the kind of like tactile nature of buttons that you're putting on there. And so they are slightly different modes of thinking, and it gets hard to kind of shuffle between the two of them, right? So yeah, the other thing is that I was actually online yesterday and I was looking at this survey, and I'm super curious actually in the chat, the survey was saying that there are 70-something% of people who are actually in a design team of more than themselves. So, curious if folks here, if you're solo designer, team of one, awesome, team of one,
Yep.
or, how many people are in your design team, where you are, because design systems are incredibly useful when you have two people or more on a team. One person's tackling one thing, another person's tackling another thing, and you're able to move quickly, concurrently, right, and build that awesome experience.
Totally. Alrighty. So you're going to continue with the wires. You're going to continue with that sort of thing. I'm going to work on a few more of the components. We do have a few additional screens we want to probably get to, like a profile screen.
Yes.
And some other bits and pieces, but yeah, we're gonna dive into this. And if anyone has questions throughout this process, either about the new update or designing or whatever it might be, throw them in the chat and we'll answer them.
Yep.
Cool.
And let's see. I want to go ahead and make this a quick. And let's see. So you picked some new fonts, I think I remember seeing, right?
I think I had a few interesting ones in there. I'm not sure how we're gonna use them, but for the most part, for things like the title, maybe the splash screen, you can probably do something a little bit interesting. But once you actually get into the body and the cards and that sort of thing, you probably want to go fairly safe and simple.
Good to know. So one quick thing. Yesterday when I was making this wireframe-ish thing, I knew that we needed the logo on the splash screen. I knew we needed the logo on this home and search screen. And so what I did was I made a kind of temporary component that would kind of signify where the logo would go. And so I knew I wanted a logo kind of front and center here. So this is actually a component that's local to my file. So you can actually see it here. This is actually it. And I'll write temp logo from Jess's file. And since then, we have a temporary logo on your file, that's Petopia, but I think we are still figuring out what that name is. Chris asked if we picked one. Still figuring it out. This is temporary. Petopia is super temporary. It was.
I like it. I kind of like it though.
And so you see that this is the master, but you also see that this is an instance in the second page. And so I'm just going to go ahead and drop this logo into this component that's actually linked from the design system file.
Bam.
And bam, we've got a brand new logo that is connected. You see right there is that linked asset icon. And so if Howard decides to change the logo at any time in the component of his file, I will receive those updates.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this is it didn't just change there, it also changed on that artboard as well. And that's, that logo looks a little bit large.
Yep.
But with components now, you can just dive in there and make that smaller.
Yep, I can totally, because this is an instance, so I can actually override this if I wanted to, change it and do whatever I wanted to. Yep, for sure. Although with that being said, I'm looking at this logo in the center. I don't know if black is the right color for this.
No, it's probably not.
Yeah, and then you were talking about how you're unhappy with the gradient, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some more changes.
All right.
I love gradients, but you got to get the right gradient, right?
Yeah.
Because gradients are super tricky to work with sometimes.
Yep.
And they have to be right, because we see a lot of ugly gradients.
Yes. Oh, and I just realized that this is one of your buttons.
Oh, it is.
And I saw you had this other fancy button. So which button should I be using? Which fancy button versus blue button?
I think it depends.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on the style of the artboard.
Okay.
But play around with it, see what happens. There's options there.
All right. And these are all temporary.
I tried to get a little bit fancy with the slight pink gradient, shadow underneath that button.
Okay.
But
it's fancy.
Yep.
So I think I'll just go ahead and do that. And and move that there. Let's see. So do you want me to make this carousel of parks near of this, or do you want to make it? You have some fancy components that you were making earlier.
Oh yeah, what we can do in this case is I can probably make like one of those cards.
Okay,
and
sounds
then
good.
save that as a component, and then you'll be able to use that as a repeat grid.
Okay, sounds good. All right, great. So,
And I'm also going to, I'm diving into a design system I was working on a while ago that I'm gonna kind of use just to make mine look. So I was just tinkering with this a few months ago as we were leading up to this update. And I might use some of this stuff just to make the design system we're working, and it looks kind of like pets. It looks like a little whale or a bird or something like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna use this.
I like it.
The colors look fine too. So if you notice a lot of changes on yours, don't worry.
If I keep seeing updates being pushed, then I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Everything's
sure.
fine.
Man, I feel like the one corner pointy thing was such a huge trend a while back, and
I know,
we're kind
yeah.
of bringing it back.
A little bit, if it's done right.
It's done.
I don't know if this is considered done right, but you
Yeah.
know, it's kind of fun. Let us know in the chat if you like whatever this is I have going on here. This little whale bird thing.
Whale bird?
Whale bird.
Let's see. Oh, no. That's so cute. I'm just trying to find a picture that, oh my God, what is that? Who would dress up there?
Yes, I used this in one of my challenges and it was amazing.
Oh my God. I don't know if I agree with this sad cat being.
It's so cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Let's see. I'll do some white here, and then make that white, and then looking for
That gradient's a little better.
bricks near. Yeah. All right, and then so this is originally that. So I think I want to do.
It's a squirrel. Yeah, someone's saying it looks like a squirrel or a squirrel.
It looks like
Kind of. Yeah.
he's he's putting up with it, right?
Yeah.
Which is great.
Hey, Chris Cannon's here. He says, turn the logo into a component. Chris, it is a component.
It is a component, Chris.
Gosh, Chris.
Although I overrode the component because I have it on a dark background and the black was just not looking well. Thank you, Pokehan. This is a little paw I took from the Noun project. I thought it was super cute. And then this lovely font was one that Howard picked yesterday. So I think that the logo looks nice too.
It does look nice.
It does. I want to make this bigger. Oops, maybe I should have done that. Let's group differently. Top parks near me.
Now here's a question for you. When you're working with design systems and you're receiving a system,
Right.
do you like to receive just the high level colors like the blue and maybe the darker blue, and then, or do you want to really receive all the shades?
It depends on how you name them, because if I'm looking at them just as hexes, I think I want to know like which one's the most important one to use.
Oh, okay.
And I think I'd probably, yeah. So I think that I'd want to have some organization there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. I will organize it.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so used to title casing manually.
Oh my gosh, I know. Hitting the caps lock, and now we don't have to do that anymore.
Me, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be great. Yay. Let's see. CTA text actually might be better. Top parks near me. Maybe like, actually that's too much blue. Top restaurants near me. And then I think I'll make top lodgings near me. Oops. I totally didn't sentence. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Oh yeah, and the link. And then this is see all. Well, actually, this I probably want 2 lowercase. Let's just do that. Yep. And then let's do pink. Nope. All right.
That's coming together.
Well, you know. And then
Slow but steady.
when you make your components, I'll just pop them in right there.
Yep.
This cat is so sad. I feel bad about it. All right.
Oh, Yumera is asking, will 2 people be able to modify and work on the same file at the same time? Yes. Yes, so right now we do have cloud documents and you can share a file with somebody over the cloud, and then you can technically jump in, make some changes, save it, and the other person will get a notification that changes have been made.
Yes.
It works if you don't really need to work on it at the exact same time. However, that's leading up to what we're going to be releasing later this year is live co-editing.
Correct.
So you, like Jessica and myself will eventually literally be able to work on the same document at the exact same time, very similar to what you can do in like Google Docs, right?
Yes, correct.
You can see each other doing things, moving things around, adding elements. Andrew Shorten and Talon Wadsworth demoed this probably 2 months ago, I think, and it looks super cool.
Yep. Definitely. So that is coming. But for now, 2 separate XD files, one person who's working on trying to create, for example, a standard set of scalable components and colors and kind of creating that harmonizes the work. And another person who's working on a different file, tackling a flow, and then being able to make sure that those are concurrently updating together. So.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I should point out that in about 7 minutes, we do have Chat and Win, and we're giving away 100 stickers from Sticker Mule. And about half an hour before the show ends, we will be taking a look at design challenges that have come in through the XD Daily Creative Challenge that are submitted on Discord. So if I go over to Discord just for a second, there's the link for Discord.
There it is.
And if I hop over to Discord, if you are taking part in today's challenge, which is to create the login experience for the movie app that we're building out over the next 2 weeks, throw it in the design feedback section, and we'll be going through here and taking a look at some of this stuff about half an hour before the show ends.
Yeah.
So get those in.
Yep. And Hiroshi asked, what screen size do you use to work on XD, at least in this project? So for this project, I'm just using the default iPhone XXS, which is the 375 by 812 artboard. So I just basically picked that one because I was like, oh, which one is one that I just will use? I'm actually a Pixel user, so I would have typically gone for the Pixel, but I don't know. I thought I would just try Apple today.
Pixel's a good phone.
I know.
I love the camera on the Pixels.
I do. I love my Pixel in general. I'm a really big Google person. So
Yeah, I've been
really
Apple for like a million years, but the camera on the Pixel, not just the hardware, but what Google's doing with the software to improve those photos is incredible.
Yes.
Oh, there's Talon. We're just talking about him.
Hello, Talon.
What's up, Talon?
Hi, Talon. Talon is our lead UX designer on Adobe XD, and he's been the mastermind behind a lot of the great stuff you're using today. So
Indeed. And if you need more XD in your life, and who doesn't, Fridays at noon, Talon hosts a show called Designing in XD, I believe it's called, where he often just talks about the philosophy behind XD. He interviews people of the team, and he also designs XD features on the show, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it sometimes could give you a hint into what might be coming. A few weeks ago, he designed what blend modes could look and feel like in XD. Not to say that that is coming right away, but that's always the first step, as Talon said. Designing it, showing what it looks like, showing what it feels like, it kind of pushes people into maybe working on something like that.
Yeah. All right. So
it's amazing how much just an image in the background just changes everything.
He certainly is helping this app look a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
Although I put this thing here because I wanted it to be a placeholder. Let's take a look at that component card you made and see what that looks like. So
Love the cat.
he is a little big, this component card.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
I mean, so we could go ahead and resize it.
I guess I could
But
just
what
go
I
ahead.
should also do is, because this component card in specific was meant for like search results and that sort of thing, a little bit smaller.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I should go ahead and make another component that's for a longer screen.
Yes.
Okay.
So you made these two components right here.
Yep.
Right? This one shows you, so what's the difference between these two?
I don't know. They're just different ways of, I want to give you options, right?
Thank you.
So if
I like
you want
options.
a smaller, thinner card for maybe a more condensed version of search,
Yep.
and if you want a larger one for something that's expanded, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so you see this dog here, although I feel like he's a bit much. I mean, although I kind of like the park vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know. But if I decide to list a bunch of results here, do you think I should use one of these two cards or?
What would you like? Because I'm more than happy to make more components.
Maybe, well, let's see what it looks like this way. It might just be that my guy is too much, so I might want to just actually go ahead and do that. But if I had a list of cards here, and let's see, if I basically just repeated him for a second, I think let's see, versus this one. But I really like the kind of overlay you have here. I think I like this card.
Okay.
So
I'll go ahead and make that one a little bit thinner.
Okay.
So that it's easier to work with.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you can keep it there if you want, or you can just remove it as I make these changes.
Yeah.
You'll get updates,
All
which
right.
is awesome.
And in the meantime, I'll just keep, I think I'm gonna ditch the image on top. See results for, or how about here are your results. Let's make it very user-friendly. I feel like I had a thing here. Oh yeah. Why did I put my master there? I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. So there's that. And I just deleted that master because I don't want to have my changes on the master ripple down to my instances.
Right.
So in case you're wondering why I decided to delete that. So I'm gonna make this one charcoal. Maybe I'll make it blue. Yeah, I'll make it pink. Here are your results. So do that for parks. San Francisco. What's that header look like? Wow, I'm just using all sorts of fonts here. All right, cool. And then I think I'll do something like this, or actually maybe, well, let's just put a placeholder.
Talon. Look at him teasing. Go and look at some designs for the next phases of components right now. Oh, Talon, always with the tease.
Let's see.
But I've heard some stuff about what's coming in components.
I have two.
Yeah, I bet you have. Two can play this game, Talon.
Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I feel like it's kind of boring looking. This is my
I kind of like that font.
Well,
It's
yeah,
fun.
It's nice. It's legible. It has its own flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Talon is having stream withdrawals. You know, you can just march
can
on
come-
over here, Talon.
Yeah. We need more people to design things.
Let's see.
He would just like
He
walk
would.
in
He would
here,
just be like
say hi.
out of that door right there.
I think he's done it before.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so here are your results. And then I think I'm just gonna go ahead and make this a component. And food, we'll do this one is.
Oh, someone's asking me, what is that font? I think it was BC. Yeah, it's BC Alpha Pine. Is that what it says?
Pine.
Yeah.
BC Alpha Pine. Which is great because I did not have that font, but it loaded for me since I have Adobe fonts on.
Yeah, that was one of the recent features, I think 2 months ago, possibly. I can't keep track. There's so many features coming out. But previously, if you open an XD file and you don't have any of those fonts installed,
Yes.
at least the Adobe fonts, it just said missing fonts, and there was like this red thing, and there's like right in your face.
Angry you don't have those fonts.
Now it just loads the font in.
Yes, yep.
It just does it.
It just automatically does it. Yep.
Yeah.
Watching.
Oh,
We're
fireworks. Awesome. So we're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, should we do the same thing we did yesterday? Let us know what your favorite new feature in the latest update of Adobe XD is, and one of you will win 100 stickers from Sticker Mule. And we're back. So yeah, let us know what your favorite feature is, whether it's linked assets, components, guides, polygon tool, keyboard, gamepad triggers. We should demo that maybe tomorrow. I don't know, it wouldn't make sense for a project like this, but any excuse to demo gamepad triggers is super cool. We have a few people who have never used XD before or just starting. I saw Hannah in there, brand new to XD. Welcome.
welcome.
And she pointed out she loves like this sort of thing, these streams where you're just watching people design and getting tips and tricks.
I mean, that's a really great way to learn. It's a great way to learn, you know, picking up on the little nuances of what people do, how they organize their files, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and we also have members of the XD team like Talon in chat asking questions, answering questions, which is awesome.
Guide feature, components.
Yep.
Definitely.
We were just talking about Hannah.
Oh.
Hannah.
What?
First of all, welcome to XD. That was not set up.
That must be fate.
It's all some magical Adobe algorithm. But yeah, congratulations. Someone from Behance will reach out to you, and you just won 100 free stickers from Sticker Mule.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I would love 100 free stickers from Sticker Mule.
I know, and if you still want stickers, you can go to stickermule.com/AdobeLive19, and I believe you get 10 stickers for $1, which is still pretty good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I need some stickers.
You have 0. Actually, I'm looking at it right now, and you can see my cute sticker. Well, it's intentional. It's very zen.
I know, it's nice.
Yeah.
I have nothing.
All right. So what are some of the stuff that, things that you've been cooking up on your side?
Yeah, so I'm working on resizing those components because I don't know why I did that, but I made the components larger than the artboards that you're working on. And of course, you can resize components. They work beautifully with responsive resize. As you can see here, I can just, you know, resize this component. Look at that. It just, XD knows that those icons, because they're grouped together, they're gonna stay over there because they're on the left side of the artboard or the overall group. They're just there, and that bookmark icon kind of moves. And same thing with this guy up here. Yep. Everything moves. Well, now here, it's a good thing this happened, right? You're noticing the text on the top is moving too, right? You see that?
Right, yeah.
So in addition to responsive resize, you also have constraints. So if I go in, grab this text layer, let me dive in here. Here's the text layer there. I can go over here. So I can have, you know, auto is usually on. I can go to manual and just set it to fixed to the left.
Yes.
So now if I grab the component, you're gonna notice it doesn't move.
It's magical.
Same thing with this one over here, right? So right now we have it set to fixed width, which is gonna keep this text box exactly that size. But if I want it to expand as I'm making this component larger, I turn off fixed width. And then I resize. And it just does it.
Oh my God.
So there's so many different options you can do when you're resizing. XD does a really good job at figuring out what should remain in which place.
Yes.
But it's not always perfect. It'll probably never be perfect because everyone has different, you know, some people might want that text box to remain that size, right?
Yeah.
Or they might want the text to move for whatever reason.
I mean, it just depends, right? On exactly what you're trying to do. And, you know, you make these decisions when you're looking at different breakpoints on different surfaces that you're designing for.
Yep.
You know, sometimes it's not, you know, it looks great to go full width and kind of have it resized together on smaller screens, but do you really want someone to read, you know, 4,000 screens down with a single line of text?
Yep.
So makes sense. And yes, it is magic as Megan describes.
It is. It's literal magic.
Magic.
Literal.
XD magic.
So you mentioned on your screen that you wanted also a longer, like a card like this, but a little bit longer. What would you want on that card?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I think I need to see it to know.
Okay, so I'll just start tinkering and
Okay.
you know, see what I come up with.
All
And
right.
we might come up with something cool.
Yep. And let's go ahead and go in here. Why do I feel like my screen's scrolling reversed right now? It's like, no, works. Okay. Lodging results, do that. Go ahead and there. Pet mobile, restaurants there. Search results. Yeah, and then go ahead and go there.
Phil's saying he's currently working on a design system, and linked assets is my favorite.
Yay!
Nice.
Yeah, we have a kit in our team that we use when we build XD files, and so having that now connected, our whole team is connected to that. It's really, really awesome. So very cool. What is this? Search results for, I guess you could search anything. I'll search beaches in San Francisco. There is a dog beach in San Francisco, I discovered.
Is there? I need to go here.
It's called Muir Outlook, Muir Beach, Muir Outlook, something like that. I don't know. I went there. Well, I went to Muir Outlook, and then there was a dog-friendly beach there, so my dog was able to just kind of run off into the wild.
Oh, I love that.
Except he hates water, so he was running off on the beach shore and avoiding the water. But you know. All right, so components will go there. I'm just gonna put this here for now, so I can kind of get a feel for it. And then knowing that it's gonna come. Actually, let's go ahead and make a guide.
Such a cute cat.
Yeah. Actually, what am I doing? Okay, so that cat will be there, and it'll be kind of parks, and I think that'll feel good.
Yeah.
And same with here.
All right.
And then detail page. So if I click on this cat, maybe I'll probably end up using this version of this cat here, something like that. And then go ahead and go here, make him white. And then this place will be called, so what would be an actual destination? I guess we could go, what's dog friendly? Is Land's End? Land's End is dog friendly, right?
I don't know.
I guess you're from San Francisco.
I'm not from here. I'll take your word on it, though.
I think it is.
I believe you.
I've seen dogs there. Maybe.
Are they supposed to be there?
I don't know. People bring their dogs anywhere.
Okay.
And then from there, I guess in terms of the longer card, yeah, like having descriptions. I'm kind of seeing it in this detail page. What was our original sketch about? It was you have the quick facts of the place,
yep.
And then what was all this?
I don't know.
Oh, the map, because you wanted to talk.
Oh yeah,
we
need a map. Yeah. So yeah, let's hop back over to my screen for a second, and you know, we're working on this longer card, which is kind of an instance currently of this smaller card. I'll probably make it a separate component because it might be drastically different and it'll serve very different purposes. So let me actually go ahead and ungroup this component just for now. And on this card, we might want, like you were saying, the place, a description, maybe a button to do something, but you might also want a map, right?
Yes.
So there's a few places I grab maps from, but there is a maps generator plugin. If you go to the plugins menu and then you go down to discover plugins, I'm gonna look up maps generator. I'm gonna install that.
Yep.
There we go. Go up to plugins again and then maps generator. Oh, I need a layer. That would help, right? So let me just make a square or a rectangle. I'll just pop it there for now. And maps generator. Where's the location?
Land's End?
Land's End. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna go with it. And you can adjust the zoom level, so you want it nice and zoomed in. I think that's zoomed in. We'll do roadmap, and we'll see what happens. I might need an address, but is that?
No, well,
is
that's
that
nope. That's
no.
Where is that?
I don't know. That's a mall.
Bath. Oh, like the store, right?
Oh, okay. Is there a store called Land's End?
Maybe we should. Yeah.
We should probably.
Why don't you try?
Oh, what is it taking me to?
To the store.
Oh, the store.
We could also try a different place that's not named exactly like the store. There you go. Landon and Lookout.
Aha. Okay, we have an address.
I swear, this is an actual place. There's nature there.
Bam.
There you go.
Now we have a map.
Wait, is that it? Oh yeah, that is it.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's awesome.
Cool. There's also snazzy maps.
Snazzy.
Someone
maps.
mentioned this in one of the Adobe live streams.
Okay.
And they have all these different cool styles, like
yeah.
Assassin's Creed, Lost in the Desert.
Version.
They have
yeah.
a pink one, so if you have like a pink style for the application, you can do that. We'll probably stick with something pretty.
The pink one's intense.
I know it is intense, but you can make your own style. You can. There's all these cool. I can just this one. I like this one. This one's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll use this one.
And Phil says that Land's End is also in the UK.
Oh, okay.
The most southern tip of the UK.
There you go.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Huxley's in orange.
Yep. I'm eating an orange.
Yep.
That sounds good.
It does sound good. Yeah, there's plugins for lots of things.
Yes.
There's a lot of cool plugins.
All right, so I'll have something here. I feel like the body text is gonna be that. So.
There we go. Look at that. Fancy.
That is pretty.
I know.
What did you do?
I went to that style and I searched for that location.
Okay.
And it gave me, it gave me the map.
Although it kind of looks like it's underwater.
It does, yeah.
Like we're in Atlantis.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll
But
stick with.
Cool. It's still
yeah,
cool.
we'll stick with what we're running with.
All right. Let's see. So location or map. What do people say? What is it on Airbnb when you see like, what's the label for the location of a place? They just say area. Area. Map view of location. It's very generic, very descriptive. Whatever.
It'll work.
And so we'll have a map view and it'll go right there. And actually, now that I think about it, I think I actually want to. Okay with that? Yes, I'm okay with that. And from there, we'll have that be a placeholder for that map. And then actually, why don't we go ahead and do something like, no, that won't be legible. Okay, let's do that and make these guys a little bit smaller. What is that corner radius? Oops. 8. You're an 8 radius person.
I am.
Yeah?
Yeah, Chris Cannon got me into the whole 8 pixel
radius.
thing. And I think Peter Del Tondo got him into that maybe. So now everything's like 8.
Talon was just saying yesterday he's a 4/6 person. I typically go towards 4/6 too myself.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Hi, Alex. Oh, one of my former coworkers. How you doing? Cool. Let's see.
Is there a reason you go towards 4 or 6, or is it just like?
So honestly, I think it's just aesthetic preference.
Yeah.
I mean, I also like serifs more than sans serifs typically.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I
You're one of
think
those people.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
I do like a good serif. I love a good serif that's like really like large size. Like Kinfolk does a great job of that kind of aesthetic.
Yeah.
And so the 4/6 is also kind of related to that aesthetic, like soft but still not too chunky. Not saying that like 8 is chunky, but it kind of gives off a more playful, rounder, literally rounder vibe.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, a good serif works in some situations.
In some.
Some. But I'm definitely a sans serif type of guy.
I mean, me too. I mean, I think I've said it 500 times. Oh look, it's disconnected. Is my internet not working? My favorite serif of all time is probably still gonna be Futura, but you know, but. Yeah, sans serif is amazing. All right. So, well, this showcases offline mode, in that for some reason I am offline. My internet is failing, and so I can't actually get your things until my internet saves. Oh, it's back online now.
Hey.
Yay! And there's a demo of offline mode and online mode, which is fantastic. All right, cool. Map view location. What else did I say I was gonna do? Gallery. A gallery. So maybe we'll do kind of a thing where we kind of show new, well, that's gonna be a very long scroll. Little gallery. Images from...
Tim says, nothing beats Times New Roman in a PowerPoint presentation on a blank background.
I mean, that's super classic. Times New Roman's awesome.
I mean, Papyrus kind of beats that, but...
Papyrus, yeah, if you're like running that kind of prezzo.
If you're pitching Avatar, it works great.
If you're pitching Avatar. I remember I once had a skill test for a design job a while back, and they said, what is the worst example? Should I be saying this live? I was like, what's the worst example of typography in a very like highly visible thing? And Avatar had just been alive. It's like Papyrus on Avatar. But yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe they went with that. But hey, it worked, right?
It works. It works. I mean, it does work. It does work.
The $2 billion Papyrus promotion.
Yeah. I know, right? Oh well. Great.
And Gail's asking, what is everyone's favorite font? So we've got Gil Sans, Montserrat. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Times New Roman, I don't know. Yeah, let us know what your favorite fonts are.
Yeah.
So how's this little card looking? Can't see.
That's really cute.
We got the map. Any other information that we need?
What's Press Me gonna do?
I don't know. It depends. I mean, maybe explore the location or book the location or...
Is it intentional that the cat's eye is staring at us?
It is,
you
yeah.
did that on purpose.
I enlarged it.
I was like, I thought that was like automatically recessed. Okay. I guess it could say... I don't know what...
I mean, the magic of components is once you have this card, you can,
Yes.
do whatever you want with it.
Yep. Let's see.
Oops.
I feel like... I think it looks great, minus the evil cat.
Do we need the bookmark icon all the way up there? I feel like it's just kind of lost.
I don't think anyone's gonna see it.
No. Or should we move it somewhere? I mean, it could always go here.
Well, unless you made the bookmark fill in.
Oh, yeah.
And then put like a distinct thing on it, you know?
Oh, whoops.
All right, so there's that. And then I think that in the meantime, I have made a splash screen that's gonna say something like a place where I'll say it's a place where both you and your pet can enjoy life. We'll change
Sounds
that.
almost like a cemetery where you're all going to be buried together.
What? Okay, let me change.
A place where you and your pet can enjoy eternal happiness.
A place, places for both you and your pet to...
Let's change the scope of this application. It's now a cemetery for pets and owners.
Spend experiences together. Gotta keep it to the present. Actually, I just saw a article about this place in Japan that has recently opened up a cafe for people who are in mourning of their pets.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, they're pretty well known for their various kind of themed sort of specialty cafes.
I can't wait to go to the Pokemon one.
I've been.
I
Oh God.
want to go.
I just went. It was, I saw like a life-size Eevee dancing and wiggling its tail. It was glorious.
And they got that massive Pokemon Center.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I want to go.
They definitely want to take your money there.
Oh, I bet.
They have
I
a
will
lot of
give
good
them my
stuff
money.
there. Yeah. So, you're a Pokemon fan?
I am.
Really? Are you gonna get? Do you have a Switch?
I do.
Are you gonna get the new Sword and Shield? That game, whatever.
I just got
like-
Let's Go.
Let's
I'm
Go. I
playing
have
that.
Let's Go too.
Yeah.
We should trade.
We should.
Okay.
That's all we're doing tomorrow during the stream. We can play. Let's Go.
Yeah. All right. You're getting my like nerdy gaming side out. I'm just this designer, guys. Okay, so places for both you and your pets. Places for your pet. You and your pet to spend awesome experiences together. This is why I'm not a UX writer. Okay, so this is gonna be where people can have a splash screen and then they're going to load and see this very depressing cat who is the logo of Petopia. Oh, what is the name of this app going to be?
Oh, so we have a poll, and let's see how things are looking. Let me refresh this.
All right.
The results.
Ooh.
So number 1 is Doggo, which doesn't
Like
really
doggo? Like doggo.
dog. Yeah,
What about the cat lovers?
I know. We're missing some cat.
Or
so
the
in the
bird
chat,
lovers.
we'll just run with this. In the chat, throw some other names that we can kind of riff off of that also include cats or just like pet in specific.
Diversity, pet diversity.
Yeah,
We're
we
looking
need
for people who have parrots that they want to walk and cats that they want to walk.
Parrots.
I've seen a lot of people just chilling and with their pet parrots.
Really?
Yeah, it's a thing.
That's interesting.
So yeah,
Bark Life.
we
Park
don't
Your
want
Pup.
to alienate those people who
No.
have cats and parrots.
No. So
So-
throw more names in the chat.
And in the meantime, so let's see, splash screen, home screen,
Yep.
parks filtered view, food filtered view, lodging filtered view, detail page with a lot of the component stuff that you worked on. And if you guys think there's anything missing in any of these kind of wire-ish sort of screens, please feel free to point that out. We're kind of just going, oh, Urban Pup is still pup-centric. Zootopia. Wait, isn't that the name of a movie?
Oh, it is.
It
yeah.
is.
Yep.
And in the meantime, what was your suggestion earlier? Oh, profile screen, pet profile. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this profile page, which had, so if I wanna have multiple pets, so Kiba is my first pet, and then Shadow is my second pet. Someone on the chat yesterday said that their cat's name was also Shadow, which is awesome. Ember is my third pet. Although Shadow and Ember are currently in San Diego right now. So sad. And then let's just go ahead and make... I have to admit, I'm not really using your light blue or your salmon.
That's okay. I did push a few updates. You might have to
Okay.
reopen the document, I think, because our internet.
My
went-
internet
yeah.
crashed. Let me just, okay, I can do that. I'm just gonna exit.
That's a great background.
Do you know what it is?
I do not.
It's stolen from some person who did it online, but it's my bad background, so I should have credited them. It's a arc reactor from Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
So
right.
it's like a schematic of an arc reactor. Are you a Marvel Cinematic fan?
A little bit. I've watched a few of the movies, but don't know too much about the backstory and stuff.
We'll talk offline.
We're no longer friends.
Endgame.
Have not seen it.
Yeah, let me just make sure I can see this guy. So this was your, oh yeah. Accept changes, okay. Wait, did I just revert everything? No, I've
No,
got
you're
yours.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
So this is your
those are all
file.
the new changes. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I'm just gonna copy this anyway for reference, and then paste it here.
Oh yeah, and there's the update.
There you go. Linked assets. And I just got the little coach mark that tells you that.
Fancy.
Yep. All right. So I honestly, you were asking me earlier about colors. I have to admit with colors, I do like just having them on the artboard, kind of like like painting, where you want to just kind of like eye drop quickly things. Especially because in XD, everything local to that color is connected anyway. So yeah. Oh, goodbye. And then CTA, goodbye. And I'm gonna just delete this. So one thing I'm doing is, if you're not familiar with the way that linked assets work, and look, there's a nice thing about linked assets and how to learn about them. And if you want to learn more, you can see how components work. But basically, the assets panel contains both the linked assets that are imported from wherever you link them to and connected to, but it also retains your local assets. And so I had made a couple ad hoc assets when I was designing this, and so those are staying, and I can choose to keep them. I can also see that, maybe some components that were originally made by Howard earlier, he decided for whatever reason to delete it. This is also nice too, because you can see that it was there and it's no longer there, and so I can choose to also remove it, or to maybe I wanted the component. So you have the flexibility to keep that component in your XD file and just turn it local. So,
yeah, the last thing you want is you open up your document, just blindly accept changes, and all of a sudden, components disappear, right?
Right, and this one, I'm just curious if there's an instance of here. So this component has no name. I looked at highlight on canvas to see if I have a current version, which I do. And so I actually don't want to delete these even though they're deleted in the design system. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make them local so it doesn't mess with my, my layout. I still have these, they're not missing, they're still hooked up, I can do whatever I want with them. And then I see that you have all these updates, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit update all. The blue indicating that that component has received an update. Wow, lots of things have updated.
I've been busy.
You've been doing a lot of work. I don't know what you did, but I will figure it out. Well,
I also added the long card, which should be in there somewhere.
So let's see. Larger card, long card.
Long card.
Oh, I love that you have a name. So, oh my God,
that
so
eye is great.
Okay, so this is great. So let me go ahead and move this here. So this is gonna be the detail page, right? Component.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's right there, and my menu icon's right there. So maybe the menu icon is not playing well with this lovely spaced out thing. Is that okay? I kind of think it's okay.
It might be okay.
It's like the breaking through the bounds kind of thing.
And you could always, make that card full width.
Yep.
And then just have the menu just hovering over top.
Oh, you want me to override it like this, or
you could do that, yeah, possibly.
Like that.
And then make the actual card a little bit thinner. But yeah, there's things you can do.
Something like this.
Yeah.
Wow. I kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it's a little Inception, but I think it's kind of nice as is. We'll play with it. I'll probably change my mind tomorrow.
So Eric is asking, is there a way to compare changes when sharing, working on the same document or same files, and view version changes? So not necessarily. Like if you are working with linked assets, you can hover over those little link icons and see the change before you apply them.
Yes, I should have done that. Yeah.
Yeah, but with live co-editing coming later this year, there's also going to be versioning we're working on. So that will, I would imagine, allow you to see things like that. But we'll have more details as that gets closer to being ready.
I think that I don't want to do a grid anymore here.
Oh, you have to work on those little cards, right?
Yeah. What did I want the? Oh, yeah, for this page.
Yeah.
That's right.
So this will be the top places like parks and that sort of
right
thing.
Here. Yeah.
What would you want to see? Do you want to see the same information on these sorts of cards, or do you want anything?
I think it'd be too much. I think it'd be better to so if I'm browsing really quickly, I think of like Yelp or like restaurant apps.
Yep.
I just want to see like a nice picture that gives me the quick kind of feel.
Yep.
The name of the place, and then maybe a popularity kind of indicator.
Okay.
So I know that it's something that lots of people enjoy.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Just to kind of sort through the noise. And then in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and take these cats and just go ahead and see what happens. I want this guy there. Oh, I just used the same one. Oh my God, he's just so angry. Oh. this one. I think I just want it to be dog friendly. That one looks a lot like the other one though. That one's cute. All right.
For those participating in the XD Daily Creative Challenge, you got about 30 minutes to submit your entries to our Discord channel and inside of the design feedback section. In about 30 minutes, we're going to be taking a look at some of that stuff. So definitely get that stuff in there. Stuff.
This cat is awesome.
Stuff.
Do I want to replace that cat? I didn't even realize you had that cat.
You got to throw in some interesting looking cats from time to time.
Oh my gosh, that cat is so awesome.
It's so good.
Where did you find this cat? Oh,
Adobe Stock.
It's like, where did you find this cat?
Yeah.
That's great.
Adobe Stock has everything.
I know.
Nice.
Oh man, he's very cool. I like him a lot. Okay, cool. So parks in San Francisco. I guess I don't want him for that. What's Parky? There. Parks in San Francisco, restaurants in San Francisco. I feel like we're not gonna really have. Oh, but that's a great lodging picture. I guess he's already there. Places to torture your animals. Let's see. That one's not very parky. In case your dog needs to brush his teeth, here is a lodging that offers dog toothbrush
There you go.
options. And then that. I think I'm gonna start with this dog. I actually really like how clean this photo is.
That's a good one, yeah.
Except then I have to adjust the, never mind. Never mind, I just keep it there so you can read the text. Okay.
And when thinking about popularity, like we were talking about earlier, what, obviously stars is probably like the go-to thing.
Right.
But what else can we do for pets?
So I saw on one dog park site that they had Bones, but then we were talking earlier about how I wanted this to be a very diverse pet app.
Right.
So I don't think Bones would work. Paws? Well, actually, if it's a paw, then birds would not be included in that.
Right.
I mean, it could just be stars.
I mean, let's ask chat.
Yeah.
If we were doing like a star rating type of thing for pets, what,
Something clever.
like dog bowls, like bowls of water?
What would we use for the icon if we wanted
use?
something that celebrated the popularity of birds, cats, dogs,
That's tricky.
fish? Someone yesterday brought a fish in.
Oh yeah.
That was funny.
Hamsters, gerbils.
Hamsters and if you want to bring a hamster and gerbil. Wow, I got really distracted. I was making a thing here. Go ahead and make this. I was saying that I don't love, no offense, but I don't love the salmon and the lighter blue.
Okay.
I think because the pictures are so vivid, I would love something a bit more higher in saturation.
Okay, I can make those changes.
Because we're partners here, we're friends.
Treats for animals. Oh, treats, yeah.
Treats
could work.
What kind of treat?
I don't know. Pet treats.
I don't know. In the meantime, here's my dog, and I'm gonna make him white. So he's selected, and I'm gonna go ahead and make this kind of a gradient thing. Oops.
Tags or collars.
Tags. Wait, collars. Wait, tags? Tags.
Like dog tags.
Oh.
Cats wear those. I don't know if
My
birds
cat
wear
doesn't
them.
wear
Fish
those.
definitely don't wear tags.
That's okay. I guess it doesn't have to be like completely,
Yeah.
there.
Collars, yeah. Tags, collars. Let's try tags. We'll see what that looks like.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right, so Kiba. All right, thank you. Let's see, what is this thing? So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just update all these. So this is, I just realized I don't have a title for that pet profile page. Let's call this pet profile.
Hey, Suyog, welcome. You're a little bit big, I think.
Do you think people are gonna know that they can kind of like go like this and then click on?
I think they should.
Okay. I was thinking if you had multiple pets listed, you could just quickly kind of go between the 3 on your profile.
Right.
And then right here it would obviously indicate, you know, that it's Kiba.
Yep.
Okay, Kiba is, I need a picture of Kiba. Okay, so let me just go and get it. Where's my Kiba? Where is Kiba? There he is. All right, oops. So there's Kiba. And then, I think I'm gonna put Kiba below here. Yeah.
Oh, Eric is saying another idea could be you could make it dynamic based on the type of animal.
Oh.
Could be interesting.
Oh.
So if you have a dog selected or a cat selected or whatever, then it can be paws or.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Maybe I'll do
that.
paws. Let's try paws. Paw.
I love that app.
Yeah. Which one?
That's
This is a pretty generic paw,
cute.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll try this.
I feel like the other one's a little ferocious anyway.
I think so. We got this paw in here. Make it smaller. Make it white. It's a little bit large still. Small. Drop the border. 0.5. That looks pretty good. And then I can turn this into a repeat grid. Drag out a few of them. Yeah, I think that looks okay. That should work. All right. And would you want rounded corners or straight corners for these
Everything's
cards?
rounded in this
I
app.
know, isn't it?
So I was just gonna go for that, and
All right. I'll round these just a little bit.
I figured why not. I think I just want his face. I miss my dog now.
Aw.
All right, keep his profile. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take actually that long component and just take this card because I think it's awesome. All right, so I have this little component, and I'm just basically, if you're watching what I'm doing, I'm just reusing a lot of Howard's elements. Sometimes when I'm kind of creating stuff on the fly, I want to continue tying the visual themes together, and so I really liked what you're doing with this thing here.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have just copied the whole artboard over, but I didn't want to do that. I just basically took a screenshot, so I can kind of get inspiration from what you've got going on here,
Yep.
and then make a little thing for Kiba. So he doesn't need a photo. So what kind of profile do pets have? So Kiba, Shiba Inu.
Oh yeah, what information do we put? Probably their age. Age is a good one.
Kiba is, all right, I'm gonna get rid of these icons for now, but I might wanna use them, so I'll just put them over here. So Kiba, so age, okay, so some information. So age, how old is he? 5 years old? I think so. I think he's 5. What else?
Weight, possibly.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a
Yeah.
big deal. 30 pounds. I can lift him without like struggling. Likes. What does Kiva like? He likes this like his ducky. He has a ducky. He likes that.
Mm-hmm.
He likes being combed. He likes being brushed. He likes what else does he like? He likes food.
Food's good.
My dog is very food motivated. Likes car rides.
Really? My dog hates car rides.
Except for the recent ride that was 8 hours from San Diego to San Francisco.
Oh, that's a rough one.
That's the one he didn't like.
Yeah.
But everything else, he loves car rides overall, though.
Oh, Rajesh is saying allergies.
Allergies.
Which a lot of places would probably need to know.
Yes, that is a great idea.
Yeah.
And hello, Elias?
Hey, Elias.
Nice to
Elias,
you.
possibly.
Elias? Not
Elias.
sure.
Elias.
Let's see. So allergies. That's great. He's allergic to none, I think.
Oh,
I don't
you
know.
got lucky.
I don't know what he's allergic to. He might be allergic to things, and I
Yeah.
don't know. But likes, dislikes. Definitely baths. Definitely water. Definitely bigger dogs. So he would not be a good friend to have on a, like a dog park because he gets very scared of the big dogs.
Right.
So yeah, so that's basically it for him. And then that would be probably good. And then in terms of this profile, this is my view into the pets, but we were talking about like a mingler kind of pet connection kind of thing, right?
Oh yeah, like to have play dates and things like that.
So maybe I can make a alternate version of this where pet profile, owner view, and then I'll make a pet profile that's member view. And then in this version of this pet profile, you can say doggy play date.
Sure.
Let's request play date.
Yeah. That would.
And then for us, we can just not have that. I guess there's actually, edit. Maybe like an edit
You
button.
can do like a Tinder style where you like swipe left and swipe right.
I don't like this Kiba. I don't like the Shiba Inu. I want a golden retriever. Yeah, that would be awesome. And then I guess since we're kind of, you use the pink, I like it, I dig it. Since we have, this is also not centered. Someone should have told me that. Since we have him, I'm gonna just go ahead and make my next cat here. And then you can scroll through and see all my animals. So they can basically tap on the thing and it'll just like jump them to the next section. Unless we've got some more information we want to do here. This is a Russian blue.
Gail's asking, do birds have play dates?
They do.
Do they? I don't know, I've never had a bird before.
I feel like if you had I don't know. I'm not a bird owner, but if you had like a parrot or like a cockatiel or like whatever, like you would. Hi.
Maybe. Probably.
I don't know. Yeah, now that I
Favorite
think
toy?
about it.
Oh. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Actually, I just realized I don't want to have this scroll. I think that would be awkward. So I'm gonna just make him longer. Oh, I'll put a gallery. That'd be great. Because who wouldn't want to show more pictures of their dog?
That's true. My whole camera roll is just pictures of my dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man. Because Kiba sometimes he looks like a very different dog from different angles.
That's true.
More pictures of Kiba. And then they'll go there. And then this will be right there. I like that though. So likes, dislikes, favorite toys. Do some marketing here and Ducky. You could have this be like a little like Amazon link for
Oh, you could, yeah.
where if you want
You
to
have
buy
affiliate programs in there.
you want to buy this little cute dog a thing, you can. Well, monetization strategy. Ducky. What else does Kiba like?
That's an interesting idea, though, because instead of throwing like weird pop-up ads and everything, you can just have affiliate links within this.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I don't like ads on my
I hate
app.
ads.
So he likes ducks. He likes Ducky. He likes paper. He likes dog bones, rawhides, bone. This can also be a link to a thing.
Yep.
And then when you click on it, it automatically puts you through the Amazon flow of gifting this to Kiba. Great, Kiba's gonna love all these people. And there's that. Oh, it seems that you've done some updates here, so let me just go ahead and update that.
I did. I updated the
one
blue
asset.
a little bit and the pink.
Thank you.
Although it doesn't look like it pushed the blue. Did it push the blue?
Well, I think I used not light blue. So
okay.
did you add a blue?
No, I may
Or-
have just.
I don't know.
Oh no, it did update. The light blue one I updated, so it wasn't as
Oh.
crazy.
I think I'll use this one. Yeah. So I think I was using another blue before. Cool. So there's Kiba. Here's his profile. He's a Shiba. He has his age. I'll probably mess with the typography a bit later. Ducky, rawhide bone for fave toy. And then if you were browsing Kiba's profile as Howard, then you would see basically the same information. Actually, not technically the same information. I should probably just go ahead and do that. Oops, did not mean to click that SPG. And then you basically have the same stuff here. I'm gonna move this down a little bit, move that little button down. Oops, should have just not copy pasted that. Rawhide bone. And then from there, more pictures of Kiba. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and change both of these. That way they're like 1,100 or so, maybe even more. It cut off. My repeat grid stops. That's why. Okay, cool. And then there's that. So member view, owner view, and then I'll make a second version that shows Kiba's not being the center of attention and it being, maybe I'll do shadow. No, I'll do ember. And then, let's see, will it move like that? Yes. Yes, it will. And it'll go like that. And then ember will be white. Kiba will be that charcoal. I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing right here and just go ahead and make it faded. So you only see a remnant of that A. Great. Actually, come here a little closer. All right, cool. And so this is Amber's profile. Amber is a Bengal. Amber is 3 years old. He weighs, I don't have a clue. How much do cats weigh? Like,
Oh, I don't know, like 4 pounds?
I feel like no one ever asks how heavy cats are. They always ask how heavy dogs are. Well, anyway, where's my cat? There. So, and take a picture of him.
Looks about 4 or 5 pounds.
4 or 5. He's really light. Like you you can definitely carry him in one hand.
Maybe 3 or 4.
He's like, you know, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna say he's like 10 pounds. I don't know, he's probably not 10 pounds. Weight of cats. Yeah, okay. Maybe he's like 7 pounds. He is pretty scrawny. 7 pounds. Allergies, none that I know of. Let me change this to Ember. And let me think. He likes to play. He likes catnip.
Typical cat.
He likes
to lie around and be lazy
sleeping.
all day.
I feel like there's probably
Yeah.
a trend there. He likes wet cat food. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you have ever seen a Bengal. They're very loud.
Oh no, I haven't seen one.
very-
I'm definitely allergic to cats.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have to stay far away.
Okay. Well, Bengals are super talkative and loud, and whenever we open up, the minute we touch the wet cat food lid and that like sound of metal clinks with like human hands, both our cats just like run at like the speed of
Oh,
light,
boy.
and he just hops on there and just like goes like yeah, like at you forever. It's terrible. It's also cute though. Wet cat food. So yeah, so he loves wet cat food. He also loves play. Oh, his play toy. What is that thing? His
Bell
wand.
thing?
The thing that has it's like on a stick and then it has
Oh,
a thing,
yes.
whatever
Little
that.
feather.
I'm just gonna
something
call
or
feather
other.
wand. Yeah, feather wand. Dislikes baths. Dislikes water. Dislikes dogs.
Everything.
Dislikes clipping nails. Nail clipping. Yeah, that's dislikes. My dog from time to time. Dislikes being groomed, so being brushed. And his fave toy is, he doesn't really have a fave toy. I guess he likes the feather wand, but that's about it. Can't think of anything else he really likes. Feather wand. All right. Oops. So there's him. More pictures of Ember. All right. So basically, I really just kind of want to start interacting. But you have made
Yeah, so I'm working on, I'm just kind of tinkering with what a desktop version could look like, or at least a splash screen. But the reason I did this is I want to showcase one of my favorite new plugins called unDraw. So if you don't have this plugin, go to Discover Plugins, search unDraw, and it's this one right here. There's some information about it. And you install it, and it basically has a ton of illustrations that you can just apply
Very cool.
to your projects. And I can search, let's say, pet, and it's gonna show me a few
dog
illustrations that we
walking.
can use. Let's say this one right here,
That's
right? And it just
cute.
copies it directly to my clipboard. Or what I can do, I can go back there. Let's go back and look up pet. And I think I can change the primary color, I believe, possibly. Maybe not, maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe that's when you're, hold on, when you're not searching. This did something before, I promise it did something. But anyway, so you grab this image, I can copy it to my clipboard, and then paste it.
It turned pink up there.
Oh, it does, okay.
That's
So it does
magical.
change it when you copy it.
When you, yeah.
Which is kind of matches the aesthetic. I can flip
That
it if I
is
wanted
so
to.
cool.
Boop, there we go. And now it just brings a whole new life to this
Oh man,
this design, right?
this is beautiful.
And
Fine.
because all these are like vector layers, I can go in and make changes if I want to.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
animate this thing.
Yep.
So if I duplicate this over, I can very subtly, let's say, move her arm. One, two, a few
has a
pixels
shadow
that
arm.
way. Yeah. Grab her arm, move it over, fix the shadow, right? There's just another shadow back there.
There's a lot of shadows.
Yeah, there we go, whatever. So very subtle movement, and then I can wire this up. I can just go to prototype mode. Let's say I want a time transition, auto animate. We'll do in and out, and then we'll just do 1 second to make it very slow. I don't know if 1 second will be too fast or too slow. We'll wire
know.
it back. And there's just like a very subtle, it's super cool.
That's super cute.
Yeah, and it just, makes the page a little bit more exciting. And you can just animate any of these things. There's like hundreds, if not thousands, of these illustrations that are free to use.
Can you make the tail of that dog wag?
Oh, I could.
Because it's so cute.
I could do that. Again, it's vector, so I can just jump in here
Yep.
and make some changes. Very subtle. Robbie is mentioning that the shadows on the unDraw elements drive me crazy. You can definitely remove those shadows, but there's so many different paths, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh.
His tail is wagging.
His tail's wagging.
Isn't that cute?
That is cute.
Yeah.
Find your next adventure. Let's go.
There we go.
Very cool.
Yep. And you can save this as a component, so if you want to use it, now it's a component.
If you want to use it.
It's illustration. And now once it syncs, you'll have access to it and you'll be able to do what you want with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool. And here it is. So,
that was fast.
Yeah. So I'm just going to take a look at that. This is so cute.
Isn't that cool?
I just want to look at it now. I just think it's super cute. I kind of feel like this whole picture vibe thing is not cool anymore. I actually am going to change this splash screen. Those are cute though. They were cute. Let me just actually reset this back to the master because I think it would work better. Oh, and by the way, because this is a linked asset, if you ever do decide to do an override, you can always just go back to that asset, and let's say the original asset was that charcoal color, you can go right click on it easily, reset it to the master component, and voila, there it is. This is so cute.
So Chris is asking, is there any way to separate the animation so that the arm and tail move at different speeds? So, I mean, the short answer is not really. The long answer is if you do more than multiple, if you do more than two artboards, you can fake it. However, Robert's asking, it's unDraw free? Yes, completely free. However, the team is definitely looking at many options to give designers more control over animations. So you'll be able to have just two artboards and move objects at different speeds. It's obviously not ready yet, but definitely something the team is looking into. I've seen some ideas and they're nice. That looks nice.
There it is. Thank you.
Fancy.
It's cute.
It
Love
is.
it. Yep. And let's see. Now that I think about it, can you actually find another cool image? Because I kind of want to tie the illustrations together, and then the images of these search results can have like actual pictures of the locations.
Okay, yeah. So we have a dog on the first one, so maybe a cat on the second one.
Oh, she's so cute.
We've got this one. Whoops. So let me hop over. Where did unDraw go? So if I search cat. So we've got a few options here. We've got a playful cat sitting in a bag, and then we've got this one chilling on the couch.
I like the playful cat.
Yeah.
I think that it's got more attention to it, which is great.
Should we do the same primary color? I don't remember which one.
I think you used that, the one on the right.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna copy this, copy it to clipboard, paste it.
Oh, it's so cute.
It's so cute.
It's so cute. I love it.
Yep, and then I can just, again, make it a component, cat in bag.
Yep.
Save it, and then you'll have access to it in a matter of seconds.
Awesome.
And I can animate this thing if I wanted to.
And in the meantime, let me just review this whole experience. So, splash screen, the cat in the front, search results, they go here. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this image up for now, which is in this. Well, actually that's gonna look terrible, so let me go ahead and just do that here and just pretend for a second that it's in there. I just wanna remember that I'm gonna connect that. Parks, results, food, detail page, pet profile page with like a request playdate option. And then you can switch between the pet profiles, put photos there. Are we missing anything from this flow before I start connecting it eventually?
Probably. For those watching on chat, let us know how you're thinking about this, how you're feeling about this flow, and also if we're missing any screens or anything that you want to see. But before we get into that, we have design feedback.
Ooh.
It is that time.
This cat's so cute. Okay. I feel like I need to turn off responsive resize and then just shrink this cat down to... I don't know where I'm gonna put him. I just thought he was cute.
He is cute.
I'll think about what I'm doing with him later.
Okay. So let's hop over to my screen. And just as a reminder, every day we have the XD Daily Creative Challenge, and today's this month is a progressive challenge. So we're doing a movie application, movie watching experience over the course of 2 weeks. Yesterday we started with the logo and the splash screen. Today we're doing the login experience, which right after this stream, I'm going to be here going over that login experience. But we're going to be taking a look at some of the entries or some of the designs that have come into our Discord channel. If you're not part of Discord, definitely jump in here. And there's a design feedback section where you can post your work and give feedback and that sort of thing. John is asking, can you also change the color of the elements of the illustration? You can.
Yes.
All of it's vector, so you can just jump in there and make any changes that you want. So let's go ahead and just jump into some of these. We're only going to be reviewing feedback that relates to the design challenge, whether it's today or yesterday. All right, so this is from Legion. We haven't seen these, so we're going to be giving, hopefully, constructive feedback. Alrighty, so here's the.
Ooh,
that was fancy.
that was fancy. Ooh,
Okay.
nice.
I would probably say if we go back to the home screen, the text is a little bit maybe difficult to read, possibly.
Is the idea that you have one of those with you?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay, got it.
And then sign in.
Oh,
All right.
nice.
Okay.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
Well, so
I think the idea of this is like a loading.
yep,
Yep.
which is great. I think that's always fun having that kind of delightful
Yep.
interaction. I think when you fill out, so what happens when you fill out one of those text fields? So I think one thing to consider is, and this happens a lot with those kind of really minimalistic form fields, is that people will type halfway and then they'll actually forget what they were supposed to type in that line.
Right.
And so right here you have the helper text that says email and password. But then when you start typing, if people are like, did you want my email or my login or whatever, it is helpful to somehow indicate to them what kind of information they need to type in case they're halfway there. So that's definitely one thing to consider. What does the 1 mean for sign in?
Oh, so that's it's
Oh,
just
right, that's the comment. I see it
yeah,
now.
it's a comment.
Yep,
It's kind of clever.
yep, and then there, and then you go into here. I like that you see the images first and that you've got information there. Book now.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think that's it for now.
Nice.
Cool. Next is Neil. I don't know. I apologize. Names I'm not good with.
Me too.
Ooh, that was
Ooh,
fancy.
That was fancy.
It kind of came out from the top of this
gray
thing.
Like yeah, that
This movie
faded
reel
thing. That's
clapper
super cool.
thing. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Login button.
Okay. Oh,
All
nice
right.
ease.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Typing in. I think. All right.
So at this point, I would probably put like placeholder,
Yeah.
like an email address.
Yeah.
I would also probably change this from mail to email just to kind of keep it consistent with other applications. And then log in.
Yep.
Oh, that's kind of fancy.
Oh.
That looks nice.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Is this app called Watch It? That's what it is?
It might be,
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Trouble with You in theaters. So it's kind of a bleeding. You can just kind of go left and right and swipe.
Yep.
The genres are below with comedy and action. Very nice. I
Yeah.
think that it's nice that there's like visual prominence on just something to quickly dive into and watch. And,
Right.
And that's very cool.
Yeah, small feedback, I would say the menu icon's probably a little bit too big. My eye keeps going up in that direction. Unless you want someone to always go into that menu, I would make it a little bit smaller. And then putting those two words together is fun, but I would maybe separate it, not necessarily move them apart, but you can keep them together, but maybe put watch a little bit bolder and then it a little bit lighter.
To make it easier to read.
Or just vary the colors a little bit, just so
Yep.
you know it's 2 words, but also it's part of the same word if that's the branding you're
Yes.
going with.
Yep. And I guess one thing to think about is under the genres where you have comedy and action tags, I guess I'm just a little like wondering about what that experience is going to look like swiping actionable buttons.
Right.
So because I could see myself wanting to, or I could see like my mom wanting to like swipe over, but then tapping it in a way that just hits action when she really just wanted to move those tags over. So
Yeah.
I would consider giving some sort of breathability near that area so people can swipe and have a nice safe swiping area before clicking on one of those tags. So
Yep. Cool.
yeah,
All
awesome
right.
job.
Next one we've got, this is a video from Love Tetris. I love Tetris too. Let's see if I can make this bigger.
Oh, there we go.
Let's start again. That's a fun logo. Oh.
And that little like sheen on
Yeah.
the glasses, very cool.
Oops. Yeah, that was it. That's cool.
I like it. Very
Yeah,
nice.
a little shine is nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice
yeah,
touch.
Yeah.
Nice job. Love Tetris. Love your username. This is from A. Woodward. Great gradient.
Nice. Everyone's doing these great eases and like these kind of
Yeah.
time sort of interactions.
Let's see that again.
Nice.
All right. So I'm imagining that this is probably going to be the login
Content.
screen, which we're gonna dive into today.
Yep.
I would say if it is a login screen, maybe move the logo back to the center, make it a little bit bigger, because you do have a lot of room. Your login screen is not going to take up all this space.
It's true.
So put the logo back over there somewhere, make it a touch bigger. And the tricky thing with when you're dealing with logos that are border based is once you make them smaller, they get very small and hard to see.
Yes.
So maybe thicken out that border a little bit on the smaller state. Yep.
It reminds you of the gradient that you used.
It's very close, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Next, we've got, is this part of the challenge? It might be. Yes, okay.
Ooh.
It's very in-depth.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
Ooh,
Keeps
fancy.
going. Wow.
That was nice.
That was nice. So I think just top of mind when I looked at this is, at first I thought that the CTAs, the buttons were very legible and like very, very easy to press, and
Yep.
that was awesome. And then what happened is, if you keep going right there, a lot of the form fields, the type was a little small.
Yeah.
And so you have these like really nice legible kind of call to actions, which are great, but it becomes very hard if you think of the ratio of the size of that versus the size of those fields.
Right.
Forget password, all of those kind of things. They're a little too small to read probably in comparison.
Yep.
So I would bump those up a bit, especially across all of these screens, right? Just trying to bring some consistency between the body copy that is really what people are reading to figure out what they need to do in these screens, and before they hit that big next button.
Totally. That's a big next button.
That is awesome.
Maybe make it a little bit smaller.
a little bit smaller.
But super cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a Woodward. So that was Amy. She posted the
Awesome.
the one with the gradients.
Ah.
Yeah. All right. Any more? We've got Richard. He just posted a screenshot. I would love to see the actual prototype, which you can share from Adobe XD. So this is J.K. Vaternick. Sure. All right, here we go. Let's do this again.
Oh, cute. I love the brand. Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
That was fancy.
That is fancy.
Those are a lot of lines.
Love how minimalistic it first came off, which I'm a huge fan of minimalistic kind of layout like this. Nice contrast. And then and look, even the reel, it came out right there.
Yeah, I kind of showed that trick yesterday, and people have just been running with it and kind of incorporating it in many different ways.
This is awesome. I guess the only piece of feedback I'd offer is that I would connect that left stroke closer to the bottom, there's like a
there's
little bit of a gap.
right
That's
there.
just like a nitpick, really.
Yeah.
And then same with the squiggly line on the bottom by the eye on the right. Just kind of which areas are overlapping lines and which areas have actual intentional spaces.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would definitely keep it consistent. If you like the not connecting lines, then they should all not be connecting. But yeah, I completely agree. I would probably connect those. Cool. That was really interesting.
job.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah. We're like, ooh, ooh.
Oh, okay. So here's Richard. He did post a video. Let's see.
Oh.
Okay, it's an interesting loading experience. Yeah. Text is I would say the text is a little bit hard to read. Try to move away from the border-based text or fonts and go for something just, either sans serif or serif if you're into that.
Maybe, yeah. All right. Cool.
Okay.
I guess I would also add, the sign up screen versus the login screen. If you have a form style that has a bit more white space between the username and password, I'd just keep it consistent with the sign up as well.
Yeah, I would also, obviously I'm a big fan of animations and interactions and that sort of thing. A little bit too slow, especially on a mobile device. You don't want to be waiting around for something to load, so you just want to press on it and... So I would go probably like 0.4 seconds, maybe even 0.2 seconds, depending on how far things are moving. Just speed those up a little bit. It looks like at some point that possibly the sign in button is not perfectly centered in the middle of this button, possibly. So make sure things are centered, and then move away from that border because that's very difficult to read. But yeah, cool stuff. And maybe just if you want to get really fancy, this loading experience at the beginning, you can also use gradients so that it looks like the light is kind of fading away. Yeah. But yeah, good stuff. And then we will do like one or two more, and then we'll move on. We'll wrap things up.
All right.
Filmy. Carry cinemas with you. Ooh, that's fancy. Let's see.
Ooh. Oh, that's cute. Oh.
Nice.
That's cool. All right.
Let's watch that again and give some feedback.
Yeah. So I think that's super cute. I think the interactions are awesome. I love this. I think just kind of immersing into the login screen is fantastic.
Yeah.
I think just real quick minor nit is just from a typography standpoint, I might connect the welcome and the to a bit closer, kind of to make it easier to read. I get that it's like the spacing and the vertical rhythm with Filmy, but it's a little, I'd probably connect the two. Login or the or is a bit bigger than the CTA typography there, so I would probably streamline that.
Yep. And also move it up just a little bit because it's kind of
just a little bit.
Yep. And then nice.
So what was going on? Oh yeah, so they hit the login button and then they got to here. Yep. Okay, got it.
I love the little wind up animation.
Yeah.
It's so wind up and bounce are very difficult to really get right.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of works in that situation.
Yeah. It has that kind of like film feel, right? I would just put a little bit more padding and like white space around the continue watching, just because it's so airy in the first couple screens, and then it gets kind of tight in these screens.
Yep.
And I might consider switching your bottom navigation bar from being yellow background to that navy blue to inverse. Only because you kind of introduced that pattern in the prior screen where you have a darker background and then you have actionable yellow buttons.
Yep.
So might be nice to try keeping that consistent and see what that looks like.
Totally. All right, let's look at one more, and we will be taking, tomorrow we're actually gonna be taking a look at portfolio, so we'll have more information about that later, but yeah, we'll be looking at more of these at some point.
Splash screen and landing page.
This is from Sakshi.
Watch flicks. Aw.
That's a cute little logo.
That is cute. And the nose.
Oh yeah, the little play button is the
play
nose.
Button nose. All right. And video. Oh, that's adorable. That's super cute. All right.
All right.
All right. Love the intro animation. I think that's a clever way of turning that kind of loader into a smiley face.
Yep.
I would say that the arrow gets a little lost in the screen because it's and I see it. It like actually looks nice. That like graphical pathway looks nice, but then I always am a fan of just kind of obvious interactions.
Right.
And so I think people will maybe naturally swipe, but I think if you're gonna put that arrow there, you might want to bring it closer to where their finger is going to be having that interaction, just to kind of guide them along, encourage them to sort of swipe that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah.
Super cute. Alrighty, so that will be, we're gonna wrap that up. Again, I'm gonna take a look at a few of these in the next stream where I kick off day 2 of the XD challenge. And then tomorrow we're gonna be looking at portfolios.
Awesome.
Yeah, so let's hop back over to our screens. We'll finish up for today.
All right.
Add a few more interactions and designs and things like that, and then we'll say bye-bye.
I mean, someone was asking earlier about colors, and I think that one of the nice things you can do with the ones that were in unDraw and that you ported here is that, especially if a design system, right? You bring over this asset, and you want to keep even the illustrations kind of aligned with that design system, is you can just go ahead and take a look at these different assets here and actually just connect them to the linked asset in the design system.
Right.
So if I wanted to do the pinked gradient, then I can do that, make that pink, try to basically give it alignment that way. And then if, Howard decides to change the whole thing, we scrap pink, we go for green or something, then that will push the update to this illustration as well, just to kind of connect it. So, and I saw someone in the chat had earlier mentioned making this little ball animate, so maybe something to consider in the future.
Yeah, it's doable. It'll be a little bit difficult because of the lines and everything, but definitely doable.
This thing right here, yeah.
Yeah, that and also the actual string.
Oh, yeah, the string.
Yeah.
What is that string anyway?
Doable.
Yeah, it'd be doable, but a little bit of a stretch.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go ahead and actually start connecting a couple of these flows. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot a menu. So I should probably make that real quick. So what I mean by menu is if you click on this hamburger nav, a little flyout. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that real quick. Maybe do charcoal. And then let's add some stuff there. And then go here, make that white. And then we'll have easy links. Let me think about this. Let's do that. Top parks near me. What else do we want? We want a little line. Maybe we'll make that whole thing a line. And I don't know if I like this line, but we'll just go with it for now. I'm gonna actually instead of a line, what I think I'll do is I'll make a box. And what I'm gonna do here is kind of fake it with the line. I'm going to go ahead and do a shadow that is just blur 0, or 0, and do Y of 1, and make this fill transparent. And the reason why I'm doing this is because when I later connect this in the prototype mode, I want to actually kind of imply a hit area for people to click between different links on the menu. So we'll go ahead and make this just dark gray for now. And then let me just go ahead and see what happened. Oops, did I just make that fill 0? Let me see what happened. Why is it not showing? What am I doing wrong?
Oh, because you have the fill set to 0.
Oh.
Yeah, when you set the fill to 0, it also knocks out the shadow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so if you make the fill the color of the background, there you go.
Yeah. So there's that, and then gonna go ahead and say that feels like a pretty good hit area. Actually, that seems a little too much. And then I'm gonna group those, and then I'll just go ahead and make a bunch of them. So that way we have that, and then that thing is a little too dramatic. I'm gonna go ahead and just make that a bit more subtle. Okay, cool. So first link is home. home, log in.
Is this after or before they've logged in?
I should make 2 states. Well, I think we'll just assume with this flow that we'll do post logged in.
Okay, yeah.
I guess we'll start with home or search. And then,
would you want a search bar in the menu? Or
yes.
just, yeah.
That's actually a fantastic idea.
You know what? I don't have a search bar for the components.
Yeah.
I should make one.
That'd be cool. For now, I'll just use this temporary one. And we'll do that. And go ahead and make this guy up here. Search. I'll also go ahead and say in. Dial case, I don't want you this time. Actually, I don't want anything. In San Francisco. Blue, 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 blue. Pink, pink. Why not? And then we'll have this be here. I don't actually know why I separated those two, but we'll just go with it. And then search in San Francisco for parks. And then this will be top parks near me. This will be top what? Top restaurants, top lodgings, top restaurants near me, top lodgings near me. Actually, I don't think we need near me on every single one of these.
Oh no, probably not.
It was more helpful here to just kind of reinforce that, but I don't think it's actually here.
Yep.
My pet profiles. And then log out, right? We need. So we actually don't need this all. Ta-da! And so we'll have this here. I guess you had a cool shadow going on this thing, which was 8 and 16. Let's see.
Yeah.
We want to go right, so we'll go ahead and actually make it go right.
Oh, I just realized. So I just pushed the search bar to you, and you should have it, but I made it a light version, which probably wouldn't go very well with with the black overlay.
All right.
But hey, you never know.
Let's see. Search bar. Oh, that's great though. But
does it work?
I mean,
or is it too much?
I mean, I'll just override it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, I think that's too much, but we'll play with it later.
Yep.
So search in San Francisco, put this right here. Let's just group these two. I don't know why I separated them. I guess having that would be there. Oh, we need an X. I'm gonna go ahead and take this line, paste it over here, and go like that, and then go ahead and inverse it and make that a little thing. Oops. Selection. All right. And then from there we have that. Log out. Good. Shadow. Pink shadow maybe. It's kind of your thing, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Oh my god.
That's a bit much.
Terrible. Let's do something more subtle like that. I'm just gonna, for 2 seconds real quick, because we're almost out of time, just make sure that this actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Oops. Oops. Okay, cool, it works. All right, we'll do the real animations tomorrow, but just gonna make sure that actually made logical sense.
Awesome, so that will just do it just about do it. I don't know what I just said. For this stream, we're gonna wrap things up. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 to wrap up this week. We're gonna do some prototyping stuff, more design things, and it'll be a fun time. Stick around in just a few minutes. I'm gonna be back with the XD Daily Creative Challenge, day number 2. Hopefully I'll find my words, and we'll see you all tomorrow.